I'm new to this YouTube thing. I'm probably not going to post anything besides this, but I could not find a video on how to replace the parking brake cable for the life of me. Nobody, there's none out there. So I figured, why not fucking make one? Because this would help a lot of people trying to do this. So yeah, so the easiest way to go about this is take the brakes apart, take the caliper off. You got to take the e-brake sheet apart, take the axle out. If you don't want to drop the trailing arm, you have to take the axle out. I'll tell you why. Because in here, you can't see it. Back here, this is where the cable comes through. If you want any sort of leverage on that, you got to take the axle out, because you could see over there, right there, there's no way you're getting a fucking air hammer or a chisel on that with the axle in. So I figured, I got the diff out already, why not do it? And since I was getting so pissed off trying to find videos, figured why not fucking make one. So bear with me, I'll walk you guys through this side. I'm just gonna button up this side, and I'll be right back. All right, so these are the tools that I'm gonna be using for this job. So you're gonna need a 30mm socket for the wheel hub, a 6mm hex for the rotor. You're gonna need a 15mm wrench for the caliper. It can be a regular one. This is just the one that I'm using. You're gonna need a jack handle. That's just the way I'm doing it. You'll see why in a second. 17mm 1/2 inch to go over the jack handle. An air hammer. This is actually probably the most important one. If you don't have one, see if you can rent one, or buy one from like Harbor Freight. They're pretty cheap, and that thing has saved my life countless times. So lastly, a Red Bull, because who doesn't love Red Bull, honestly? So I'm gonna get back to you guys in a second. This is super simple. You just pop off these two bolts down here for the caliper bracket, this one, and I'll be back in a second. All right, I got the nut hammered out of the way. This is what I'm gonna do now. So you just ugga-dugga this unit on here a little bit. The reason why I'm doing that is because my diff is out. So if you have your diff in, you could probably just throw it in gear and do it like that. But this is what I gotta do. So now you're just gonna throw your ratchet on there like this. Throw your jack handle over here. Use that as leverage. Take your 30mm. It should, in theory, come right off. Now you just want to take that axle out, and I'll be right back. All right, so what you got to do now, of course my axle got stuck, but I'm gonna figure out a way to do it without even taking the axle out. You got to get these brake shoes off for the e-brake. There's two like pins that hold them in. I'm just taking a flathead, twist them a little bit. They'll open up through that. You know, it starts like that, and then you gotta twist it like 90 degrees. They come right out. Do this other side, and I'll be right back. All right, next step. Gotta fucking get this out. So what I'm gonna do, literally, I don't feel like messing with that spring, prying it out, whatnot. It's easier if you just take grips, like needle nose or pliers or whatever. Pull it like that. And then see how it kind of falls out on itself. I need two hands for this, so once you have this out, just set it to the side. I'm not gonna do too in-depth on getting this whole stuff off, because there's a ton of videos on the assembly itself. There's just none on the cable. So all right, once you have everything disassembled here, this is your actual cable That right there is a dowel pin. Just take like a flathead or something and just tap it out. And see if I can get it like this. No, I'm gonna need 2 hands. All right. That's what it looks like. Actually comes out pretty easily. Don't lose that though. That would be a pain in the, you know what. Now basically the fun part. That. So now we gotta go to the interior and I'll be right back. All right, so I forgot I actually did this part last night, but you got 2 nuts, super simple. I think it's a 8 and a 12, 8 or 9, I forget. Spin them all the way off, whatever. Then you'll have your threads exposed. You want to spray like PB Blaster or WD-40 all the way down up in there. You know, lube them tubes a little bit. All right, since I wasn't able to get the axle out, this is going to be a little harder on this side, but it's still possible. So you're going to want to liberally spray some fucking PB Blaster all up in there. And then you're going to take your air hammer. I'm getting dripped on, whatever. You want a pretty long, flat attachment. You're going to shove it up in there. Hang on. You're just gonna go to town. And since you're replacing this, you don't have to care about if it gets fucked up or anything. Alright, you get the point. I need 2 hands for it. Well, it's good to know you don't need to take the axle out, because that saves you probably like 30 minutes alone right there. But you there you go. Now we're gonna have to get it out from up there, which is not very fun, but because I still have all this heat shield and exhaust right here. But I'll show you guys how to do that in a second. I thought I was recording, but I took a picture. It's simple, man. You just, you know, fish it through this eye right here. Pull that out. I'm gonna need 2 hands again. It might actually help though if you get your drive shaft off, because like I can push it off to the side here and it gives you like a couple inches more to work with. But I'm gonna have to put you down. All right, this one actually was not nearly as hard to pull out, but there you go. Look how fucked my cable was. Yeah, I might have tightened her a little too much. Well, I'm glad to know that my e-brake will probably work pretty good after this. All right, now it's pretty simple. Once you have the old stuff out, it's not really as bad, but you're just gonna fist that in there. Get it all the way up there. Like that. Nice. Pop this in. Might need 2 hands for this. Pop that in. Pop that in that little mount. You're gonna come back to this fine hole right here. Slide her through. If I can find the hole, Jesus. Jesus. Yeah, I'm an E36 owner. You can tell I'm not good at finding holes. Alright. Anyway. Come on, don't get caught on the drive shaft. Alright. Oh my god, dude. Alright, once you get it through here, it's actually pretty straightforward. You're just gonna slide it back in where it came out from. That is what she said. I've cursed so much in this video. YouTube is probably gonna not like that, but if this is up, it's probably censored to the best of my ability. I'm no YouTuber, so voila. Now, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to make sure that this is pushed all the way in into the cable, and I'll show you why in a second, because you need it to pop out up here like so. And then what you're gonna do, if I can grab it, you're gonna wanna pull it as much as you can until it comes all the way through. I need 2 hands for that, but I'll be back in a second. All right, so once you have it all the way up, it's actually self-explanatory. Like I said, just gonna throw this bigger nut on there, like so. If I can even get to it. And you actually want to leave it pretty loose, because you're gonna need to pull the cable through the hub in order to get the dowel pin back through it and everything else on. So I will catch back up with you there. And I can already tell that this is probably gonna lock up the wheels really nicely, because the last cable, when I had it all the way loosened, pretty much pulled out to like here. Now I can't even get it past the hub. So what you're gonna want to do is just undo everything that you did, put the dowel pin back on with this mount, mount it back up in there, throw your shoes back on. But there's a million videos on that online, so this is probably where this video is gonna end. I guess if this helped anyone, that's really my only goal, because like I said, I was so pissed off trying to find YouTube videos on it. If it wasn't for my boy Cole, like, he's done this before, I probably would have been sitting there for like way longer. So yeah, if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. I'm happy to help.